Our nation's infrastructure is teetering on the brink of collapse, and the severity of this issue is far greater than most Americans realize. Imagine this: just last year, the United States was hit with over 180 major blackouts, a striking and alarming increase from previous years. These blackouts revealed our power grid's alarming vulnerability, with millions left without electricity for hours, even days. In a country that prides itself on being a global leader, this reality is both shocking and unacceptable. But the challenges facing our outdated grid do not stop there. Extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and severe, while the threat of cyber attacks looms larger each day. And let's not forget the potential devastation of an EMP, electromagnetic pulse attack. Our power grid is simply unprepared for these threats, and if or when a major blackout occurs, survival in those critical first hours will largely depend on your level of preparedness. That's exactly why you need to watch this video. I'm going to guide you through the 8 PREPS to prepare for the coming US grid down. This isn't just any list. Each item has been carefully chosen to maximize your chances of staying safe and secure when the power goes out. Stay with me until the very end, because the last item we'll discuss could be the game changer that makes all the difference for you and your loved ones. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly what you need to be ready for the inevitable. Let's get started. Number 8. Duct tape. You might be surprised by how valuable duct tape can be in a survival situation. We often overlook this versatile tool, but when the grid goes down, you'll find that a few rolls just won't cut it. You need to stockpile multiple rolls of high-quality duct tape, such as Gorilla Tape or 3M heavy-duty duct tape, and here's why. Imagine this scenario: you're in the midst of a blackout. Your rainwater catchment system springs a leak, and water starts pouring everywhere. What do? Reach for your duct tape. It's a quick fix until you can make permanent repairs. Got a tear in your temporary shelter causing rain to seep in? Duct tape can secure patches and keep your living space dry. That's not all. Ever find your clothes ripped with no needle and thread in sight? Duct tape can be an unconventional solution for mending torn fabric. Need to cover up items or gear with a tarp, especially valuable during heavy rain or dust storms? Use duct tape to secure it firmly. Have something that's broken and you can't afford it falling apart in a crisis? Duct tape to the rescue again. Here's a tip not many people know: in emergency medical situations, duct tape can be a lifesaver. Pair it with some gauze to create makeshift bandages. When medical supplies are running low, this can be a stopgap solution to keep a wound clean and covered. What's really great about duct tape is its affordability and ease of storage. It's cheap, it lasts a long time, and you can tuck it away in various corners of your stash. When everything goes haywire, you'll quickly realize just how often you reach for that roll of duct tape. So don't just buy 1 or 2 rolls. If possible, buy a whole case. Take my word for it, stock up on duct tape. There will come a time when you will be incredibly thankful for this simple yet indispensable tool in your survival kit. Make sure to prepare for the worst by having enough of it on hand. You'll be glad you did. Number 7. Sanitation supplies. All right, folks, when it comes to prepping, a lot of people focus on stocking up on food and water. And that's crucial, don't get me wrong. But there's one area that often gets overlooked and could become a major problem in a long-term grid-down situation: sanitation. I can't stress enough how vital it is to be prepared for hygiene challenges. Imagine a world where the power's out and you can't flush toilets. It's not a pretty picture, right? This is exactly why sanitation supplies are essential. So, what should you include in your sanitation kit? Let's talk about trash bags first. Not just any trash bags, but the real heavy-duty contractor bags. Think about it, you'll need these not only for waste disposal, but also for a myriad of other purposes. These bags can double up as impromptu tarps to protect your supplies from rain. They can serve as makeshift shelter material and can even be used to cover broken windows. The flexibility they offer in a crisis situation is immense. Make sure you stockpile plenty of these. But we need more than just heavy-duty trash bags. Bleach is another must-have. In a grid-down scenario, maintaining cleanliness will be tough, and bleach is a powerful disinfectant that can serve multiple functions. Whether it's purifying water or cleaning surfaces, bleach can help keep germs at bay. And remember, a cleaner environment is a safer environment, especially when medical resources might be scarce. Now, here's something that might surprise you: sawdust. Yes, sawdust. It sounds odd, but trust me on this. If your toilet's out of commission, you'll need an effective alternative to manage waste. That's where a sawdust toilet comes into play. It's basically a simple setup: a bucket with a lid, lined with a trash bag, and a layer of sawdust to cover each use. The sawdust reduces odor and helps with decomposition. It might not be glamorous, but it's far better than the alternative unsanitary conditions that could lead to diseases. Additionally, don't forget about regular cleaning supplies. Items like hand sanitizer, soap, and cleaning cloths will be invaluable. They're the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. Stocking up on these supplies will ensure that you can maintain a basic level of hygiene even in prolonged outages. Number 6, non-electric heating sources. Now we're talking about what to do when the grid goes down and your electric heating stops working. Winter is unforgiving, and cold weather can turn dangerous faster than you might think. So, let's jump into what you need to do to stay warm and safe. First, understand that hypothermia can set in shockingly quickly, particularly at night when temperatures plummet. Don't underestimate how severe this can be. You need a reliable, indoor-safe heating source to prepare for such situations. One of the best options out there is the Mr. Heater Buddy. This propane-powered heater is specifically designed for indoor use and is capable of safely heating a small room. If you don't have something like this, you're taking a massive risk with your survival. Simply piling on extra blankets won't cut it when it's freezing outside, and there's no electricity to keep your home warm. You need a real, reliable heat source. And listen, you can't wait until the last minute to stock up on propane cylinders. These cylinders are small, easy to store, and could literally be the difference between freezing and keeping warm. It's proactive steps like these that will make all the difference when disaster strikes. So get on it, do it now. But let's not stop at heaters. You also need to think about layering up with quality materials. Wool blankets, for instance, are incredibly effective at retaining heat even when they get damp. One excellent option is the Woolrich Heavyweight Wool Blanket. Trust me, a high-quality wool blanket is worth its weight in gold when you're dealing with a blackout. Stockpiling blankets is great, but if they're not good quality, they won't do much when the mercury drops. Additionally, let's talk about hand warmers. Hand warmers, like hot hands, are cheap but incredibly effective for keeping your extremities warm when everything else is failing. These small, often overlooked items can be lifesavers when your home feels like an icebox and there's no other heat source available. I understand that some of you might think you're prepared because you've dealt with cold weather before. But surviving a grid-down situation in the dead of winter is a whole different ballgame. This isn't about being slightly uncomfortable, it's about life and death. The cold can kill if you're not ready, and a grid failure during winter leaves you with very few options. Don't assume you'll be okay just because you've managed cold weather before. Specific for all my viewers in the US, it's imperative to think about your particular situation and geographic location. Each region has its specific challenges, and knowing how to tackle them can make all the difference. Number 5, water purification tablets and filtration systems. Have you ever really thought about how you'd get clean water if the grid went down? It's a crucial question. If you're like most people, you've probably stashed some water away, but let's get real, how much is truly enough? When disaster strikes, your precious water reserves will dwindle faster than you realize. So, what's the plan for when your stockpiled supply runs dry? Water purification isn't just a good idea, it's a survival necessity. Sure, many think they can just boil water endlessly. But consider this: what happens when you run out of fuel to keep that fire going. That's why having water purification tablets is a game changer. Take the potable Aqua water purification tablets, for example. These are small, lightweight, and incredibly easy to store. Just pop a couple into your water, wait for 30 minutes, and bam, you've got potable water. These tablets are lifesavers when clean water becomes a scarce resource. But let's take it a step further. Tablets are great, but technology can also lend a hand. Enter the Sawyer Mini Water Filtration System. This marvel of engineering is portable, efficient, and highly dependable. It boasts an impressive removal rate of 99.9999% for all bacteria and protozoa, ensuring that what you drink is safe. And here's the kicker: it can filter up to a whopping 100,000 gallons of water. That's a phenomenal amount of water for you and your family, all from a device that doesn't rely on electricity or any complex moving parts prone to breaking down. Imagine the peace of mind knowing you have not one, but two robust solutions for ensuring a continuous supply of clean water. The Sawyer filter and the purification tablets form a dual safety net in your survival arsenal. So as you stockpile, make sure these essential items are on your list. When you're out of clean water, these tools will be crucial. Trust me, you won't regret having invested in these life-saving items. Number 4, manual kitchen tools. When the grid goes down, all those fancy electric gadgets in your kitchen will suddenly become glorified paperweights. Have you ever thought about what you'll do without your trusty electric can opener or coffee grinder? That's why today we're discussing manual kitchen tools, essential items you definitely want to stockpile. Imagine you're in the middle of a blackout. Your pantry is stocked with cans of food, but your electric can opener just sits there, useless. That's where a sturdy, swing-away manual can opener comes into play. Not only is it durable and reliable, but it also gives you the independence to access your canned goods without any power. Now, let's talk about something many people rely on: daily coffee. Whether you savor it as part of your morning ritual or need it to kickstart your day, coffee is one of those comforts you'll sorely miss when your electric grinder is out of commission. A hand-cranked coffee grinder can be a true lifesaver in these situations. It might seem like just a coffee accessory, but it will provide that much-needed caffeine boost and a sense of normalcy when everything else seems chaotic. Don't underestimate the value of manual food processors either. Think of something like the Tupperware Chop and Prep Chef. In times when you're relying on long-term food storage or canned goods, having a way to chop and prep meals without electricity is invaluable. This manual tool will save you time and effort, making meal preparation much more manageable under stressful conditions. Picture trying to mince onions, peppers, or garlic without electricity. It would be a hassle, right? But with a manual food processor, you can effortlessly prepare your ingredients. Plus, it's a great way to make fresh salsas and other treats that can add flavor to your stored food, elevating your meals from basic sustenance to something a bit more enjoyable. Number 3, hand crank radios. All right, folks, our third must-have item in your grid-down prep kit is a hand crank radio. I know you've heard this before, but let me tell you, not enough people are actually investing in one of these lifesavers. When the grid goes down, communication will be absolutely essential, especially if it lasts longer than any of us expect. So do yourself a favor and grab a Midland ER310 emergency crank radio. Now, this isn't just any old radio. The Midland ER310 is a versatile tool with multiple features that can make a big difference in a crisis. First off, it keeps you connected and informed by picking up AM, FM, and NOAA weather channels. So you'll always be aware of what's happening around you, which is crucial when the mainstream information channels are down. But it doesn't stop at just being a radio. This useful piece of gear comes with a built-in flashlight, which is perfect for navigating through dark spaces when power is out. Imagine needing to move around your house or property in the middle of the night. This flashlight has you covered. Plus, it has a super loud ultrasonic dog whistle specifically designed for rescue situations. If you're ever in need of search and rescue, this gadget can be a true lifesaver. Another standout feature is its solar panel, which acts as a backup power source. So even on a cloudy day, you don't have to worry about running out of juice. Speaking of power sources, the hand crank mechanism ensures that you'll never run out of power completely. Unlike other gadgets that rely solely on batteries or sunlight, a few minutes of cranking can give you crucial minutes of radio time. And let's face it, in an extended emergency where you can't depend on sunlight or scavenged batteries, this feature is essential. In prepping, redundancy is key. You never want to rely on just one form of power, so cranking becomes an indispensable method when all else fails. And when we talk about grid-down scenarios, we're talking about the kind of situation where every little bit of preparedness can make a significant impact. Number 2, personal defense items. Listen, I can't stress this enough. Your safety is going to be your number one concern in a grid-down scenario. The world as you know it becomes unpredictable fast, and you need to be prepared to defend yourself and your loved ones. Here's the reality: just owning a gun isn't going to cut it. You might be thinking, I've got a gun, so I'm good, but you're missing a crucial point. Carrying a firearm 24/7 simply isn't practical, and let's face it, not every situation calls for lethal force. Picture this: you're out collecting firewood, or maybe checking on a neighbor, and suddenly you run into a threat. You need something quick and non-lethal that you can grab in an instant. This is exactly why you should consider having pepper spray, tactical pens, and self-defense keychains in your defense toolkit. Take pepper spray, for instance. But not just any pepper spray. I'm talking about the Sabre Red Pepper Gel. This isn't your ordinary canister. This gel formula is designed to stick to attackers and significantly reduces the chance of blowback, a crucial feature, especially if you're in a confined space like a hallway or even your home. With its longer range of up to 18 feet, you can neutralize a threat before they even get close to you. Let's delve into something equally indispensable: tactical pens. Get yourself a Smith & Wesson tactical pen. At first glance, it looks like a regular pen, but be assured, this thing is made of aircraft-grade aluminum. It's light enough to carry anywhere without drawing attention, yet tough enough to defend yourself if the situation turns dire. In a close-quarters scenario, a tactical pen can be your go-to weapon. Now, I want you to think beyond traditional self-defense tools. In an emergency, you may not have time to reach for your firearm or knife. You need something that can be used in a pinch. These tools: pepper sprays, tactical pens, self-defense keychains — they're designed for those unpredictable moments where quick reaction is key. And don't underestimate their effectiveness. Speaking of keychains, these aren't just for holding keys. Modern self-defense keychains come equipped with a variety of features, from bladed edges to compact stun devices. They're easy to carry and can be incredibly effective when you need them most. Trust me on this, your personal defense is no longer a luxury but a necessity. Think about investing in these items as soon as possible. Equip yourself, your family, and ensure everyone knows how to use them properly. Practice using them, understand their ranges and limitations, and remember, the goal isn't to become paranoid but to be prepared. You're not just enhancing your own safety, but you'll also feel more confident knowing you're ready for whatever comes your way. Point 1: Essential vitamins and medications. Let me be absolutely clear, this is not optional. Your stockpile of food and water will keep you alive, but without the right vitamins and medications, your health will deteriorate quickly. I'm talking to each and every one of you watching this video right now. If you're not actively stockpiling basic medications and supplements, you're setting yourself up for potential disaster. Picture this in a grid-down scenario. Hospitals, pharmacies, and urgent care centers will be non-functional, and access to basic healthcare will be non-existent. You will have to become your own doctor. Start by ensuring you have a robust supply of multivitamins. Specifically target those that cover the essentials like vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and magnesium. If you're stuck eating canned food and emergency rations for months, you're bound to develop nutrient deficiencies, and those deficiencies can lead to serious health problems. A high-quality multivitamin will be your first line of defense in keeping your body functioning optimally when fresh fruits and vegetables aren't available. A solid recommendation is something like Centrum Adult's multivitamin. It's comprehensive and covers a wide range of essential nutrients. Now, let's dive deeper into the kinds of medications you should have on hand. First up, pain relievers. You should already have a stockpile of basic pain relievers like ibuprofen or acetaminophen. But it's critical to think beyond just these basics. Consider antibiotics. Infections can turn deadly very quickly when there's no access to medical care. If possible, familiarize yourself with fish antibiotics like fish mox, which is basically amoxicillin. Many preppers use these because they are similar to human antibiotics and can be life-saving in an emergency. Next on the list is something often overlooked but equally vital: gastrointestinal care. Common issues in survival situations include gastrointestinal distress from questionable food and water sources. Activated charcoal is a must-have for these situations. If you get food poisoning or some other stomach bug, activated charcoal can help neutralize the toxins and keep you healthy. It's a small, affordable item that can prevent a minor illness from escalating into a deadly situation. Don't overlook antiseptics and wound care supplies like bandages, sterile gauze, and medical tape. Small cuts or scrapes might not seem like a big deal now, but without proper treatment, they can become infected and lead to much more serious health issues. Stock up on betadine, neosporin, and alcohol wipes. These are items most people don't think to stockpile, but trust me, they will be invaluable if you get injured and have no access to medical help. Immune boosters are another crucial aspect, often forgotten in prepper circles. Look into elderberry syrup or vitamin C supplements that you can take daily to keep your immune system strong. When you're in survival mode, your body is under constant stress and your immune system will take a hit. You can't afford to get sick when you're trying to survive, so take every precaution to stay healthy. To everyone watching in the United States, consider this your wake-up call. You cannot afford to ignore your health. In a long-term blackout, even minor health issues can spiral out of control and become life-threatening. Don't think that just because you're healthy now, you'll stay that way when access to healthcare is cut off. Start stockpiling now, because when the grid goes down, it will be too late to fix your mistakes. In conclusion, preparing for a potential grid-down scenario in the United States requires thoughtful planning and proactive measures. By focusing on essential vitamins and medications, practical self-defense tools, and a comprehensive strategy for these 8 crucial preparations, you can significantly enhance your chances of not just surviving but thriving in an emergency. Equip yourself with the knowledge and supplies that will keep you and your family safe, healthy, and prepared for whatever challenges may come your way. What other prepper strategies or tips do you think are essential for a grid-down scenario? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more valuable content on preparedness and survival strategies. Stay safe and be prepared.